everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this video where we are going to talk about this one. The new Colourpop and Winnie the Pooh collection. I'm having my bee earrings in. These are from eBay if anyone's wondering, by the way. I bought them a while ago. They don't really are secure, so if you're looking for something like this, just know that mine can't be worn outside because they fall off if I shake my head too violently. But I'm mentioning it now because I know people are gonna ask, but we are gonna do two different eye looks. We're gonna swatch all of the entire collection, and I'm just gonna let you know if this collection is good, like Colourpop quality. And if you haven't been here before, hi, my name is Angie. I am such a lover of beauty makeup. I love everything beauty and makeup related, especially things that are a little bit more colorful, although I will say that I've been dabbling a little bit more with neutrals as well lately, and that's probably what this video is going to be a little bit more about. But if you want to see some more makeup on your timeline, do not forget to subscribe because I upload 5 videos a week. I was gonna do, though I'm crazy, but I'm not that crazy. I have the package here. I have all the packaging picked out. I actually bought this collection at launch over at Colourpop. There is the palette. There are 3 different Luxe glosses. I wanted to buy, is there hair here? I wanted to buy this as like separates, but the separates were sold out, so I bought the entire set instead. And there's also 3 Super Shock highlighters. Like, I probably would only have bought the 2 lighter ones if it had been me deciding. And then there is this little lip scrub and mask duo. Let's start to talk about this. It comes in a duo like this, and there are little honey pots, and they're so stinking cute. I am gonna have to let you know more about this in the future, like how I feel about them and stuff like that. But the presentation of this, the packaging, the honey pot, the little, is it called like a, in Sweden it would be like a spoon or a spatula, I don't know what you call them, but they smell so much like honey, they look like honey, they are absolutely adorable. This is just by far the best part of the collection, and it's also the part of the collection that sold out the quickest, and that's why I decided to buy this entire set, and I can just swatch all of it and show you. But yeah, this is just so stinking cute, and this collection is sold out, but I'll let you know on my community tab and maybe even on Instagram once it comes back in stock, because always when Colourpop has these collections that sell out quickly, they always restock them. Might take them a little bit, but they will always restock it, and maybe it will come at Ulta as well. Not 100% sure. The eyeshadow palette is probably the second most interesting thing to me. The packaging is stunning. I feel like this is a good mix between the original books by Milne. Is it Milne? Is that how you say it in English? I'm not 100% sure. And the Disney's adaptation. The nostalgia bug bit me. My mom used to read me the original books by the original author before Disney bought the franchise. She used to read them to me as a kid. I have so fond memories of Winnie the Pooh, and we also, like me and my mom, loved the Disney adaptation as well. We still do quotes from Winnie the Pooh on a weekly basis, so for me this is definitely a nostalgia bug bit me kind of a moment. But I also will say that for not only presentation is beautiful, you can see the honeycomb pattern in the background, this is a fairly unique like neutral palette in my collection. I don't have something similar to this. Would I have bought it if it wasn't Winnie the Pooh? Probably not. But would I have bought this if it was Winnie the Pooh and not a interesting neutral palette? No, I wouldn't, because I don't buy stuff that I don't enjoy. This was just a happy coincidence that it happened to have both of them. But I feel like this palette has a pop of pink here, and then this like burgundy brown, that if you use this burgundy brown with the pink, I think you'll be able to pull the look a little bit more burgundy pink. And there's also like the yellow and the orange mattes here, so if you put this one with these, it will probably look a little bit more orange red. So I think like this one is a really good dark color to have here. And then there are 2 sagey greens. One's a little bit more warm, one is a little bit more cool tone. There are some neutrals as well, like this peachy shimmer, and then there is a yellow shimmer here. So I feel like you could go either orangey yellow or more pinky red, and then you have these pops of green here that it's like not too extreme. I also feel like this collection is deliciously small. Sometimes Colourpop has the tendency of releasing really overwhelming like collections, and I don't feel like this is what that is. Then there are 3 Luxe lip glosses. I will say I enjoy all 3 of these colors. I don't enjoy the Luxe lip gloss formula. Maybe they've changed it, I don't know. I enjoy these colors though, especially this burnt orange looks absolutely stunning. These have really lovely names as well. It's like dandelion honey, wildflower honey, and then there is clover honey. So If you like the Luxe gloss formula, I can tell you right now that the colors are beautiful. The packaging is a little special, like they're really pretty. This is the part that I wouldn't have bought did I not buy the full collection, because the Luxe glosses are not my favorite formula. One thing that is my favorite formula though is the Super Shock Cheeks. These are highlighters. There is a light, a medium, and a dark. They all have that yellow undertone, and I think that this is genius. They have beautiful yellow packaging with Winnie the Pooh and a little bee on the front. It's beautiful, special, unique packaging for this collection, and also colors that I haven't really seen, because these are very yellow leaning without being a typical gold. I'm very intrigued by these colors. I'm super excited, and of course if I hadn't bought the full collection, I wouldn't have bought the dark one, because this is going to be too dark to be a highlighter on me. Let's actually put a little bit of these highlighters on my cheeks, because here's the lighter one, the one that is called Silly Old Bear, and here is the 100 Acre Wood, the one that is like a little darker. This is the one that I thought was going to be my color. Can we just try and see if this is my color? I'm using a highlighter brush by Kaleidos. These kind of highlighters, if you use a more dense brush and put it on the bristles, and not the top, on the bristles, you're gonna get a beautiful result. I will link all the other things that I have on my face as well down below, because I've already done foundation and stuff, but yeah, no cast. So okay, this color is definitely a good color for me, but I'm sure that the light one would work as well. But I like when it's like this color and not too icy, when it's like a little. And I also love yellow. Yeah, I really feel like this is a good color for me. Let's do a little bit of the lighter one and just see what happens if we just pop. Boop. Okay, so that is just a lot lighter, but it still has that beautiful sheen. Okay, like that beautiful like light goldy sheen. Oh, that's so wonderful to know. I like when highlighters are not too icy, and I really feel like these highlighters are gonna be favorites. I can already tell you these highlighters are gonna be favorites, because they're shiny, beautiful Super Shock formula, but without that super icy sheen. Instead, it's a light, warm gold. Oof, oof, big fan. Let me start with one of the glosses, and I'm gonna do an eye look, and then I'll switch the gloss out so we can try two colors on the lips. I mean, you've already seen swatches, but so we can see them on the lips. This is the one that's Clover Honey. They just smell like the normal like orange popsicles like the Luxe glosses do. I just feel like the Luxe glosses are a little sticky. Like, I don't mind if a formula is a little sticky if it looks voluminous on the lips, but this just is sticky without looking voluminous on the lips. Like, can you at least give me that? At least it looks pretty. It's like a little milky beige. Really pretty. Okay, let me zoom in. And we can do the first eye look. I'm gonna do the pinky green first, and I'll save the yellowy one for the orange lip gloss. I tried to zoom in a little bit extra. This is as far as I can zoom in without totally ruining the light in this filming space. So I hope that this is okay. Maybe I can scoot down a little bit. I don't know. It is what it is. It is what it is. I'm gonna start with this one that's called Rumbly, and then I am gonna deepen it up with In My Tumbly. I will say that when I watched like these books and watched the series when I was a kid, it was in Swedish, so some of these words don't make sense for me, simply because I was like, what, 6, 5? English was, I wasn't that great at English back then, so it was definitely in Swedish. This Rumbly shade definitely has some sparkles in it. It's what some people call a sequin shade. Basically, it's just a matte color that has some shimmer in it. I don't mind that if I am not doing an all matte look, and I'm not doing an all matte look today. Of course, I prefer, I'm not taking up too much on the brush, just doing a little bit in the crease. Of course, I prefer if a shadow doesn't have that. It makes it a little bit easier to choose yourself what kind of a shadow you will have, but I guess people do want it, otherwise brands wouldn't continue to put them in palettes, I guess. It's not like my favorite type of thing. This isn't super pigmented. I am trying to build it up just a little bit now, but I'm also just using it as a transition shade and a pretty fluffy brush. So this is not the type of brush I would use if I were to pack it on. I just want to make sure that the look that we're doing is leaning a little bit more on the pinky side. Okay, we're doing in my tumbly now, and we are gonna, oh, that is a really pretty reddish color, and I'm gonna do that in my crease and down here in the outer corner. Oh, I really like that color. I really like that color. Okay, let me just smooth out this edge a little bit. I did put a little bit under my eyes as well. I think it looks really good. I will say, for me, Colourpop has 3 different formulas. One that I don't like, that's hard pressed and hard to pick up. One that is a good formula, and then one that is the extremely, incredibly good formula, like the So Lush palette. That is the extremely good formula. I think that this one is the good formula. It is not as pigmented as the So Lush. You definitely can build it up. It is very beautiful, but it's not as pigmented as that one. I think we're gonna use both of the green shadows. Yeah, we'll start with the olivey, we'll go into the teal, and then we'll use this pinky one in the inner corner and a little bit on the lower lash line. I didn't spray this. Yeah, you do get some fallout, but since I use this more as a bridge shade, I'm not gonna spray it, so that's easier for me to get it into the matte over here. I mean, it's pretty, you just get some fallout when you don't spray it. And then I just take a little bit more of that reddish color and I will just blend them into each other so it makes a little bit more sense. And then of course, just flick off the fallout part. But yeah, I think that that looks really pretty. I might intensify this part and spray it a little bit now and just put a little bit more on to intensify now that I have blended it into the red. I think that that is perfect. So this is Honey Tree, which is the more cool tone sagey color. I'm gonna put that on the inner part of the lid. Oh, that is really pretty. And now on a pencil brush, I'm taking the color that's called Oh Bother, and I'm gonna put that in the inner corner. Ooh, and a little bit on the lower lash line. Let me pick up a little bit more, just so we can have a little bit. I feel like it really opens up the eyes when you put a little bit of shimmer just on this inner part, like here. And just get these to somewhat flow together. Like that. That's really pretty. Okay, let me put some mascara on and finish this look up and change my battery because it's like boop, boop, boop. It's blinking. It needs help. This is the eye look with some mascara and both my eyes done. I like it. I feel like this is neutral, but still a little like a neutral color thing. I like it. And that peach in the corner, oh, that is a cat hair. That peach in the corner is beautiful. That would have been so stunning all over the lid as well. That would have made such a nice contrast. This is the first look. Everything is done and I like it. I mean, for me, this is a red with a green and I enjoy it. Is it like super poppy circus makeup? Not really. I feel like this is like balancing on the edge between colors and neutrals, and that's the kind of neutral looks that I like. So yeah, let me know if you like this look. Let's get into the next one, which is going to be focusing mostly around this color that is the yellowy one, because let's do like a very honey inspired look. And I'm also going to be changing my lip gloss to this one that is called a Wildflower Honey. Oh, that is a pretty color. That is like a burnt orange. That is like see-through, and I am living for that. I love the smell of these. I just wish they were a little less sticky. But yeah, no denying that the color is absolutely stunning. So what I'm gonna do, like I said, I'm gonna focus on the think. So cute. I'm gonna focus on that one, and I'm just gonna put that, honestly, all over. I should probably have used a little bit more of a sticky, because I have an eye primer now that is not really sticky, but maybe I should have used that just because I knew that I was gonna do a yellow look. I'm not gonna put it in my outer corner though, because I'm gonna put that reddish shade there. But yeah, I'm gonna put this on the lid and on like the inner part of the crease and up in the upper part of the crease, just not in the outer corner. Someone told me that they thought that this palette looked like the Hella palette. I do not agree, but I will say that I think that this is a palette that would work pretty good together with the Hella palette, because this one together with Rebirth would make such a great combo. Like, yeah, that would be such a cute combo. Now I'm picking up that same in my tumbly, that like reddish color that we used in the other look, and I'm putting that in the outer corner. And I'm just pressing it in and taking a little bit in the outer part of my crease. Not gonna take this into the crease. I'm gonna use a little bit of the Pooh Bear, which is that like orange. I'm gonna use that one a little bit in my crease. I have noticed with this eye primer that it is incredibly easy to blend upon, but if you do have a shadow that might benefit from popping a little bit more, like these shadows, not that they're bad, but just it wouldn't hurt them to pop a little bit more. I don't think that this is the right primer for those kind of shadows. That's just in my opinion. So now I'm putting a little bit of the matte orange in between where these meet. Oh, that's such a cute orange. And I'm gonna see if I can just get these to soften up a little bit and just blend together. Yeah, I think it's doing a really good job at that. I think that the last color we're gonna use is this Make Believe. I feel like we're gonna use that in my inner corners, and we're just gonna, I don't know, put it a little bit on my lid too, right? To just bring a little sparkle. I don't mind an all matte look. Like, if I hadn't been here reviewing this palette, I probably would have put Rebirth from my palette with Oden's Eye, the Hella palette. I probably would have put that in my inner corner and just made this an all matte look. But since we're reviewing this palette, oh, that is pretty. I feel like we should use the shimmers in the palette, but wow, that is a really pretty pale, very yellowy gold. I don't even know like if this is like a gold, because it's so more like a almost pastel yellow shimmer. Definitely on the very yellowy side in a good way. Oh, I really like that. Isn't that like, oh yeah, I really like this shade. It looks a little like nothing in the pan, but together with this yellow, that just really made this look pop. I'm so happy I decided to put this one. And like I said, this is my palette with Oden's Eye. I probably would have put Rebirth, which is this like pastel yellow matte in the inner corner, but instead I am gonna use the Silly Old Bear, which is the lighter highlighter that I have on my cheeks. I'm gonna use this one. I mean, it's a Super Shock highlighter, but you can use highlighters in your inner corner too. Don't let brands tell you what you can and cannot do when it comes to creativity. Yeah, this is gonna be perfect for an inner corner highlight. And I'm putting it like I did with the other look, a little bit in this space here. And just blending it upwards. Just so we have something that is just a little lighter in the inner corners. I think that that looks stunning. Oh, I'm so excited about this look. I love yellow. Yellow, we're good friends. Okay, so I put some yellow in my waterline, and I also found this liner when I was looking for something else, and this liner is called Honey Girl, and it is a nude liner, and I just experimented with some like lines because I just wanted to see what this liner could do. I mean, obviously it doesn't really do that much for this look if we're gonna be 1,000,000% honest, but I love the idea of having a liner that is nude for me, that I can do work with, because now it just looks like I did some elaborated work. I like the idea of this. I like the idea of this. I'm gonna play around more with this. Is it like intense enough for this look? Maybe not. But you know what? It's okay. Makeup is about having fun, experimenting, doing fun things. And I am really living for this look. I think everything looks so beautiful. Let me put on some lashes and we can have just a final chat about this collection. Did I just spit on you? If I did, I'm sorry. Forgive me. I love this look and I love this lip gloss. It's just a little sticky, but I love the color. I mean, do the lines do anything? Not really. This is just me experimenting. Listen, it is not that deep. It is just colors on your skin. And when you're watching this, it's no longer on my skin. I already washed it off because, or is that true? No, this video is actually, you know what? I'm lying because this video is going up today. So when you're like, if you're early, I'm probably still wearing this makeup look, but I'm just saying that it's not that deep. I was just experimenting a little bit because I found it. This had been sent to me by Colourpop for like so long ago. And I just thought it was so funny that it was called like something with honey. But it's something for me to put in the back of my head to be like, if I need something like this, I actually own it. And it worked out pretty good. So let me know what you think about this collection. My favorites are the Super Shock highlighters. I mean, I think they're stunning. That looks absolutely beautiful. I love the color of this orange gloss. This one, the formula just isn't my favorite, but maybe I'll get over it because I love the color so much. Of course, like the lip, like this is beautiful. The little scrubby lip thingy-majingy. I'm definitely going to be using this. I love things that smell like honey, and both of these smell very much of honey. So if you also like things that smell of honey, I think that you would love this set. It is, the concept is beautiful. The smell, everything about it is beautiful. And I do love the lip products, like the lip care products from Colourpop from before. So I'm sure that these are going to be nice too. I think the palette is really beautiful. I really love how this look is looking. And I love the variety that is in this palette, even though there's only 10 shades. I'm like, is it 12? No, it's only 10 shades. But I think it's beautiful. The packaging is stunning. It's sleek. It's nice. The cardboard packaging from Colourpop is always really nice. I will say, I think the shimmers are really, really nice. The mattes are nice. They're good. They're not that hard-pressed, can't work with formula. But I also don't think that this is the best Colourpop matte formula. And I don't know why sometimes there's a difference between them. But as you can see, I didn't have a problem with them. They're just not as creamy and as buildable and as pigmented as some Colourpop palettes are. The Tinkerbell palette, the So Lush palette. I have a bunch of palettes from Colourpop where the formula is just like the Wine and Only palette or Kid You Not palette. Like just on the top of my head, those are 4 palettes that have that incredible formula. This is a good formula. Definitely not the formula that's the Amethyst. Remember that Amethyst palette that came out that I thought the formula was like a little bit so-so? I also myself did not love the formula in the Stone Cold Fox palette. This one is better than that, but not as good as the other 4 I mentioned. I don't think you'll be disappointed with this formula though. I think the palette is beautiful. I love the look. And overall, the execution of this collection is beautiful. It's not too small. It's not too big. If you don't want the makeup, you can buy the lip set. If you like eyeshadow only, the palette is beautiful and it is nice quality. So yeah, I will say I'm impressed. I think my favorite is the Super Shock Cheeks. These are colors that I am going to be wearing a lot. So I'm a little bit sad that they're limited edition, but on the other hand, everything with Colourpop is limited edition. Let me know if you picked anything up from this collection, and yeah, I'm sure they will restock. Check the links down below. Maybe when you're seeing this, they've already restocked. I hope you're having a good day, and I will see you... Wait, what day is it? I will see you tomorrow for a new video. Bye!